Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 9 of this 30-day Living an Authentic Life Challenge. Today, we're having a conversation about prayer. And prayer is something that people sometimes think is a little bit difficult, but it isn't. Hello, everyone. Thank you for those of you that are joining us here on Zoom. So glad that you are here. And as we have this conversation about prayer, we often find ourselves in corrupt places that doesn't even seem like God is even there. Like he forgot that we really need his help when time seems like it's hard. But here's the thing that I've learned about God. God knows. And because God is love, he will never let injustice reign. I often think about it like this. If you're walking with your father down the street and it starts to rain, your dad has an umbrella. He opens up the umbrella, but in order for you to ensure that you do not get pummeled by the rain, you have to get close. Get close to him so that the rain does not fall on you. Prayer? Prayer is a lot like that umbrella. Getting close gives you the opportunity to hear God's heart, to know that he is present. And in those moments when we find ourselves in situations where it seems like things are raining down on us so hard, you will get the chance to recognize I'm covered. So getting close to God is not that hard. We just have to decide, because here's the thing that I love. God gave us free will. You are free to choose whether you want him to be present with you in the storm or not. And by doing so, for those of us that learned early on going to school, what's considered the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Now, if that sounds real familiar and it's the only prayer that you still know, it's okay. Because that prayer is a prayer that gives us a foundation that can be supportive to all the various things that you will encounter. It starts off, and I know I memorized the old version, the King James Version, but I want you to know that you can get different versions that support you with some words that are a little more updated. But at the end of the day, it's still the same. Seeking your Father, being clear about where he is so he can support you on the journey. And when we say, Our Father, which art in heaven, that gives us clarity. Who are we speaking to? Because prayer is just having a conversation with God. And if you aren't really certain who you are speaking to, the results that you get may look a little. Now, I am an individual that have gone on what I consider my religious roller coaster ride. I've been a Mormon, a Scientologist, an Egyptologist, a Buddhist. I've studied a lot of different things. And in the midst of all of that, if you go deeper inside of those tenets, if you follow the path that they're asking you to really reach out and pray, I found that the history of a lot of them finds its way back to the Bible. The thought process related to a lot of them finds some element back into the Bible. So I made a decision. If I'm going to do this thing called life, when it gets hard, when it seems like the people that are around me that are supposed to be there to care for me are not, because man is fickle. And being human beings, they cannot always be everywhere at one time, even though there are a lot of amazing people in my life. I am so grateful that God has surrounded me with a lot of amazing people that are there to help me, that are there to support me, that are there when I find myself in need. I'm grateful. But I also know that there are moments in my life that they won't be able to help. They won't be able to give the support, even though I know it is their heart's desire to do so. They won't be able to. And if you find yourself in a situation where the people around you aren't able to give to you the way that you desire, it's because they're human like you. And you will need to have a greater depth and belief into a being greater than yourself. And prayer is that way of calling on a being greater than ourselves to help us in the middle of a moment that we find ourselves in that we are struggling. So day 9, prayer, our way of getting heaven to intervene on our behalf when chaos starts surrounding us. We're going to go deeper into this conversation, and I'm looking forward to having you join us as we extend the conversation and go over some tools and some things that we can use to get us greater insight about prayer. And if you are not a part of the Reset Strategies community, I encourage you now to join us. Click the link below so that you can participate in it because this challenge goes on for 30 days. And we are in day 9, y'all. Moving right along. Looking forward to seeing you soon. In the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.